Right, the Nutrien Equine on. No, it's not that actually. That's an old one. Don't worry about that. Right, the Nutrien Equine Standard. Start it again. One more. I'm good at this. Don't you worry about that. Right, yeah. Nutrien. Right, the Nutrien Equine and the Nsw Harness Rehoming Program Campdraft is very, very quickly approaching us. I'm joined today by Meagan Hopkins. Firstly, welcome to Campbell's Comments, Meagan.
Thank you.
It's been probably too long catching up with you. I've caught up with everyone else leading into it. It's nearly here. It's this time in a fortnight it'll be all over.
Yeah, got a deadline.
And actually, the Standardbred section of it, I just had a look then. It commences on the Tuesday. Actually, I've got the full calendar here. So 4 o'clock on the Tuesday, the 1st of February, will be the freestyle partaking in it, if you like. Then we have the utility on the Wednesday, which is a little bit later at 5 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock is the actual Standardbred camp draft on the Thursday night, which is actually the 3rd of February, and I've got all those out of the catalogue. So Campbell's Comments will be there, and I will be doing plenty of things along with it. Just give me 1 sec. You should never drop a bottle of water when you're doing an interview. It's always dangerous. Luckily, it was in the car. Firstly, Meagan, are you excited about this new, activity or venture that Mark Barton and his crew have thrown at you?
Sure. It sounded like a fun project to be involved with, and an interesting challenge, I think, for everybody. Not something most of us have done before. So, yeah, just something fun to be part of.
It is fun. I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm interested in your thoughts because I think you're a little bit higher up in New South Wales. The amount of people that are aware of it and the feedback that I'm getting from all walks of the industry. And I mean, the biggest thing from New South Wales Harness Racing Rehoming is I'm in the middle of Victoria and I'm getting that much feedback. So I'm not sure how you guys go with the draft, but I've been at a couple of drafts and there's been plenty of feedback.
Yeah, plenty of people know about it for sure. And I think a little bit the same for everybody, just interested to see how it goes. I don't think a lot of people know much about these horses from our industry. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how it's going to go.
You're right. So this horse, now, one thing we've just got to put a little cover note on. You haven't had this horse as long as the others because your first reserve, I suppose. You came off the bench because Kimberly Salmons was going to have be the second lady in the draft, but she went and fell pregnant. And congratulations to her and her partner because I think it's something sensational in your life to have children. But so you've I suppose been the lucky one to inherit Tulhurst Cash, which is probably put you on the back foot a little bit.
Yeah, thank you to Michael Wilson for throwing my name out there. But no, here we are. Yeah, for sure. But it's like Bardo said, just fit him into my program, and that's what he just said to everybody. So yeah, just do what I can do with him, and try and give him the best start that I could, and that's just what I've done. So no pressure. He might be a little bit behind the others, but yeah, I've done the best I can and think he's come a long way. So yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of fun for me, I think.
I think one of the unique parts of the selection they had of the horses, if you like, there's all ranges from Ian Laurie's horse never raced. I think he graced a racetrack once for a trial, and that was it, to a horse like Montefiore that had 200 starts, competed at the highest level. Your guy is a little bit like that. He's a bit of a journeyman. He's had 106 starts. I have 8 wins. He won $60,000 in stake money. So he's been around for a little while. How has he adapted to the drafting component of it?
Slowly. He was stuck in his ways, but for me, my programs just take the early bit slow and just show them the way. And he's certainly always, I felt like always tried to find his way. So he's turned around a lot. He's come a long way because it is a totally opposite thing that we're now wanting them to do to what they have done previously. So yeah, for me, I just allow him the time to find a new way to function and use his body. And he certainly is always, I felt, tried to be doing the best that he can. But yeah, he's one of the more seasoned horses, like you said.
How did he adapt to the cow and working with the cow? Because it's interesting the feedback I get from you guys with that.
Yeah, I only had him on cattle probably 3 times. I haven't had a lot of opportunity to show him, but I worked him on the bag, on the mechanical cow a bit, and yeah, he can turn around pretty good, and willing to learn. Like I said, is once he gets the idea, he's just like, oh yeah, I can do this, and yeah, he doesn't work the bag too bad actually, but getting him out into a different environment, showing him cattle, we might be a little bit green, but that's just what I could do. So I probably haven't had the opportunity to show him so much.
Well, I don't think anyone else has. I think Ian's just been the cheeky, what do they call him, the fox or something like that. He's just been a bit cheeky. He's like, well, I'm just going to get him out there while I can, because, I mean, COVID would have thrown you guys, I suppose, a curveball as well, like a lot of other, horse industry sports. I mean, so you haven't had as many drafts, and they probably haven't had drafts on your back doorstep either. Yeah,
or even just cattle around the place. I'm not on a farm. But like I said, I've had the chance to show him cattle 3 times so far, and hopefully another couple of times in the next week. But yeah, as I said, I've just done what I can, what I've had available to me to help him out, and yeah, he's what he is.
He's an interesting horse. I did a little bit of his form, and that I thought I'll have a look at his form and see what he did. And he's a moderate performer. He's never been out of New South Wales, which is interesting for a standardbred, because there wouldn't be too many standardbreds have only ever raced in one state in Australia. He's only ever raced in New South Wales. He didn't venture out. But he ran second at his last start. Guess where that was? Tamworth.
Tamworth?
Yep.
Yeah, I felt like I knew that. Yeah, yep.
So
taking a good sign.
take him past the showgrounds on the way there and just say, mate, we're nearly there. This is just a good old memory.
Maybe not. I'll have it.
It could be. It could be too. It could be a little bit of fun that way. But
back on him if he doesn't see it.
Meagan, you're interesting. You told me I wasn't allowed to do this interview for too long because you did want to get tongue-tied and twisted. You guys are all a little bit nervous about this, but you're actually terrific at it. I love the time you guys give us. But you've got a your own platform, I suppose, called the Online Coach. What does that entail? Like when I Facebook stalked you, I suppose I come across that.
Yep, the Campdraft Coach. So that's just my fledgling business at the moment. So yeah, definitely in the early stages, but looking to be able to create some online content for campdrafters. Use a different platform than maybe we've used in the past. Just trying to deliver education in a different way, and also my method, which is very dressage based, I suppose, showing horses how to function healthily and to be able to perform at a top level. So yeah, that's what it's about. Delivering a bit of a new system, I think, my system, and in a new way, give a lot more people access.
How do people get in touch with you for that?
Yeah, online. Like I said, it's very much a work in progress, and my young fellow got a small child and that. I'm sure the mum's out there and still me trying to get some time to.
Unfortunately, just broke up a little bit, Meagan.
To get things done, but yeah.
Sorry about that. I just missed part of that. It actually just broke up. Our feed just broke up. You're saying you had a young fella?
Yeah. So just finding time around him to kind of put into it and get some stuff created for people. But yeah, definitely work in progress. Hopefully there'll be some things online soon for people to be able to purchase online courses and things like that.
When you do. Well, when you get them going, you give me a yell, and we'll make sure we promote them out there for people to get it out there as well. Because I think it's great. I've got a 15-year-old daughter, and I encourage her to do as many things as she can with the horses. And she was treated exceptionally well by the guys at Tumut last week when we were able to get to there. So I think any of these sort of things that can give kids a way of staying in the horses, I think is sensational.
Yeah, and that's where Cash was such an interesting project for me. Very much, like I said, I'm really big on the dressage and being able to, there's a very much a rehabilitation side to that, and showing the horses how to use their bodies in a different way. So I thought he was an interesting test for the method, I suppose.
And see how he goes. At Nutrien, at the sale, you haven't just got him. You're going to have a couple of horses competing, plus you're selling a couple at the sale as well. It's going to be pretty full on.
Yes, I like to overcommit.
There's a little bit of an omen actually with the two horses you're selling. You're saying your partner's name, his surname is Trotter, but they both have the first name of Trotters. So it's got to be a bit of an omen, because the harness horse was a trotter.
Yeah, that's a little confusing. I'm just like, we're going to go and get the trotter now. It's just like, I mean cash. Gonna go get him outside.
You're selling lots 347 and 234. Do you enjoy the draft? Like, I'm going to be there this year, but
Yep.
from what I can tell, I'm not going to have any idea what to expect until I get there.
Yeah, massive. Like you said, we can't even prepare you for how big it's going to be. But yeah, always such a wonderful event. I can't imagine the organisation that would go into it. But yeah, they do a fantastic job, and I'm sure you've heard from everybody. Just so looking forward to it. Yeah, event to go to, catch up with everybody.
Are you looking forward to the harness section of it, or the standardbred section of it?
Yeah. Like I said, just a bit of fun. I don't think I'm going to set the world on fire. But yeah, get out there and have a laugh with the others, and yeah, give it a crack.
One of the more common themes that's come back through is as long as I beat Brett Welsh, I'll be happy. Is that something that's is that high on your agenda as well, or?
No, like I said, I'm just there for the fun.
You're going to get everyone's kind vote because you there's no trash talk. Even Emma wants to beat him home.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Meagan, thank you very much. As I say to all the guys from a standardbred point of view, I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I think what New South Wales rehoming the harness, it's a mouthful that I've got to get them. They've got to change it a little bit, get it a bit simpler. But the harness racing rehoming, I think Amy Cupid and the guys, I think what they've done is sensational. Nutrien, they're a great organisation. You don't get paid to promote them, but I think this, I love doing this. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I'd do this every Sunday afternoon because I think what you guys are doing is sensational to try and find our beautiful animals a new home. And I'll also take my hat off to you because I think it's going to be something you're going to have a lot of eyes on you probably for the first one, and I think the eyes will be on you to sort of say, oh, this is going to be a bit of a joke, we'll have a bit of a laugh, but when they go out there and compete and go sensational, it's going to change things around. And I can imagine in a couple of years' time it getting bigger and bigger that people will want to be a part of it and plan probably 12 months out for it.
So that way, no doubt, if we all know Mark Barton.
Yeah, but I think this year, like I said, there's going to be a lot of eyes, and I'll be one of those, and I'll definitely be catching up with you the week of that standardbred section, especially. So I look forward to catching up with you there. But as I said, I appreciate everything you've done, Meagan. Tulhurst Cash, as I said, he had 106 starts, so he's a journeyman. He'll look after you out there as all the standardbreds do. But thank you very much for giving me a bit of time. And anyone that wants to know, this will be going, as I said, I'll be in Tamworth from Monday week. So not this Monday, the Monday week, which will be about the 31st, I think, right through to the Saturday night, which is the 6th. To when they finish. So I'll be doing plenty of interviews with Meagan and everyone else, going through and more or less saying thank you. But if people want to stay in touch with it, we will, and it will be going live on the. I think they have a big webcast channel on their website and that. But I'll be making sure people know exactly how to go and watch and see all those sort of things, and we'll be getting plenty of feedback as well. Meagan, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate your time, and you go out and have a ride and enjoy yourself. And I'll see you in about 8 days' time.